An ex-casino employee just revealed 15 trap slots that have cost players millions, and what he's exposing about how casinos manipulate these machines will shock you to your core. Picture slot machines that look like easy wins, but are actually programmed to drain your wallet, using psychological tricks so advanced they border on mind control. This isn't about bad luck or random chance. This is about deliberate, calculated systems designed to make you lose everything while thinking you are about to hit it big. The whistleblower worked behind the scenes for over a decade, programming payout rates, adjusting odds, and watching players get systematically destroyed by machines that were rigged from day one. But here's the most shocking revelation. Some of these trap slots actually let you win small amounts early to build false confidence, then use advanced algorithms to ensure you lose everything back, plus more. He is naming names, specific slot machines, their exact locations, and the secret settings that casino managers use to maximize player losses. The 15 machines he is exposing have collectively stolen millions from unsuspecting gamblers who never knew they were playing a rigged game. Which popular slot machines are actually financial death traps? And how many players are walking into casinos completely unaware they are about to be systematically robbed? An ex-casino employee just revealed 15 trap slots that have cost players millions, and what he's exposing about how casinos manipulate these machines will shock you to your core. Picture slot machines that look like easy wins, but are actually programmed to drain your wallet, using psychological tricks so advanced they border on mind control. This is not about bad luck or random chance. This is about deliberate, calculated systems designed to make you lose everything while thinking you are about to hit it big. The whistleblower worked behind the scenes for over a decade, programming payout rates, adjusting odds, and watching players get systematically destroyed by machines that were rigged from day one. But here is the most shocking revelation. Some of these trap slots actually let you win small amounts early to build false confidence, then use advanced algorithms to ensure you lose everything back, plus more. Long before digital screens and algorithmic traps, cheating at slots played out in plain sight. In the smoke-filled corners of Atlantic City and Las Vegas, hustlers armed themselves with magnets, piano wire, and quick hands. The machines themselves were mechanical, steel reels, ticking gears, and payout trays that clattered with coins. For the bold, the right tool could turn a night's luck into a fortune. In 1982, a crew at Caesars Boardwalk Regency pulled off a score that would echo through casino security briefings for years. They slipped a length of piano wire into the slot's works, jamming the clock that counted the wheel's rotations. The reels spun, the payout mechanism misfired, and the jackpot lights flashed. In a matter of hours, they walked away with $50,000 in quarters. Surveillance tapes captured the entire operation, from the wire insertion to the final payout. Casino security moved in, but not before the damage was done. Word spread quickly. The machines could be beaten if you were clever enough to see how they worked, but these were crimes of muscle and metal, visible to anyone who looked closely. Every trick left a trace: a bent lever, a jammed reel, a suspicious hand lingering too long. The real danger would come later, when the game left the realm of gears and springs. Once the reels went digital, the cheating did not disappear. It just slipped underground, hiding in code, invisible to the naked eye. The days of wire and magnet were numbered. The next wave of manipulation would be harder to spot and far more devastating. An ex-casino employee just revealed 15 trap slots that have cost players millions, and what he's exposing about how casinos manipulate these machines will shock you to your core. By the mid-1980s, the clang of coins and the rattle of gears faded into the background. Electronic slot machines swept across casino floors, replacing moving parts with microchips and digital screens. At the heart of this new breed was the random number generator, RNG, a tiny computer chip that decided every spin's outcome in a fraction of a second. No more watching for a worn reel or a sticky lever. The code behind the blinking lights was invisible, impossible to read from the outside. For players, the game became a black box, unpredictable, untouchable, and far more complex than any mechanical machine. This digital veil didn't just keep hustlers out, it also gave casinos unprecedented control. Payout rates, once set by physical gears, could now be changed with a few keystrokes. In the shadows, figures like Dennis Nickrash saw new opportunity. Nickrash, a former locksmith, cracked open slot cabinets and swapped out original chips for his own custom-programmed versions. Over the course of a decade, he forced jackpots on demand, walking away with millions before the FBI closed in. His chip ring exposed a chilling reality. With the right know-how, anyone with access to the software could rewrite the rules of the game. But for most players, the real danger wasn't cheating, it was the perfect opacity of the digital system. The switch to software meant every spin could be manipulated at the code level, far from the eyes of regulators or the public. The groundwork was laid for the next evolution: algorithmic manipulation, secret settings, and a new kind of trap that no one could see coming. The order came down in a low voice behind the closed door of a manager's office. The whistleblower remembers the moment as if it's still echoing in his head. A popular slot machine on the main floor had just paid out a $250,000 jackpot. Instead of celebration, there was panic. The manager did not hesitate. "Make it less generous," he said. "We cannot let this happen again." That was 2022. The machine's return to player, which had been set at 95%, was slashed to 88% with a few taps on a computer screen. The difference is invisible to anyone playing, but for the casino, it meant a machine that would steadily bleed more from every spin. The whistleblower's hands hovered over the keyboard, knowing exactly what this change would do to regulars who played that machine every week. Years of programming payout rates had taught him what those numbers meant in real life, how quickly hope could turn into loss. For the first time, the job felt something darker. The threat was clear: speak up and risk losing everything. Stay quiet and become part of the machinery that grinds down players, 1 percentage point at a time. That night, the whistleblower started keeping notes, not just on the numbers, but on the faces of people who kept coming back, never knowing the odds had shifted against them overnight. Each night, after the casino floor emptied and the lights dimmed, the whistleblower slipped into the server room. He carried a small, encrypted USB drive, his lifeline, and his insurance policy. The stakes were more than just his job. Every keystroke risked exposure, surveillance, and blacklisting from an industry that never forgave betrayal. He copied configuration files and internal logs, time-stamped and untouched, straight from the machine's central servers. These were not just spreadsheets or payout summaries. The files tracked every change, every time a manager ordered a payout rate lowered, every tweak to a bonus algorithm, every adjustment made after a big win. To keep the trail unbroken, he created nightly backups, each one locked behind multiple layers of encryption. He stored copies in separate locations, making sure that if one was discovered, the others would survive. Chain of custody was everything. He documented when and where each file was pulled, using a handwritten logbook kept far from the casino. Even the USB drives were rotated and wiped to avoid leaving fingerprints. Each archive became a silent witness, a digital record of the decisions that drained players' wallets in real time. The risks grew with every file, but so did the evidence, a vault of secrets that, if revealed, could shake the foundations of the industry. The whistleblower's diligence was not just about gathering proof, it was about survival. And as the archive grew, so did the weight of what he carried. Not just data, but the hopes of every player who ever trusted the game was fair. 15 names, 15 machines, each one programmed to lure players and drain them dry, no matter the casino's glitter or the promise on the screen. The whistleblower's list starts with the giants. Wheel of Fortune sits on the Las Vegas Strip, its rainbow-colored reels spinning day and night. Mega Moolah, famous for its million-dollar jackpots, appears in Atlantic City and online, quietly collecting more than it ever pays out. Cleopatra, Buffalo, and Zeus are crowd favorites in Las Vegas and Reno, fixtures in every major gambling hall, their themes as familiar as the losses they rack up. Lucky Larry's Lobster Mania draws crowds in Atlantic City, with cartoon lobsters and bonus rounds that never seem to deliver. Jackpot Party and Cash Bandits, both found in Las Vegas and Atlantic City, light up with confetti and sirens when a small win hits. But the real payout, if it ever comes, always seems just out of reach. Sphinx 3D, with its holographic pyramids, and the Aristocrat Mark VI, a workhorse installed in casinos worldwide, round out a floor map designed for maximum extraction. Big Bertha, a machine so large it needs its own corner, has swallowed fortunes in Las Vegas and Atlantic City. Double Diamond and Wheel of Fortune. Triple Diamond, with classic looks and flashing lights, have been quietly adjusted behind the scenes to keep profits flowing to the house. Mega Fortune and Jackpot Giant, both celebrated for life-changing wins, have left far more players chasing losses than cashing in. Each title on the list is backed by internal logs and payout records. Collectively, these 15 machines have cost players millions, sometimes in a single casino, sometimes across an entire chain. The list is not theory. It is time-stamped, location-tagged, and tied to real decisions made in real server rooms. For every name, there is a spot on the floor where hope turned to regret, and a record showing how the odds were stacked from the start. An ex-casino employee just revealed 15 trap slots that have cost players millions, and what he's exposing about how casinos manipulate these machines will shock you to your core. Picture slot machines that look like easy wins, but are actually programmed to drain your wallet using psychological tricks, so advanced they border on mind control. This is not about bad luck or random chance. This is about deliberate, calculated systems designed to make you lose everything while thinking you are about to hit it big. Inside the server room, the world of slot machines is stripped down to lines of code and configuration files. The former technician describes how every machine runs on a hidden system of algorithms, mathematical instructions that decide not just who wins, but how players feel about winning or losing. It starts with virtual reels. Unlike the old physical reels, these are invisible, mapped in software. A single jackpot symbol might only appear once on a real reel, but in the code, it is buried among dozens of blanks and low-paying icons. The odds of hitting a big win are far slimmer than the spinning graphics suggest. Then, there is the trick of losses disguised as wins, LDW. The machine flashes lights and plays celebratory sounds, even when a player wins less than their original bet. The logs show these events are tracked and tallied. Every near miss, every fake win, every moment a player is nudged to keep spinning. One entry in the whistleblower's archive stands out. After a major payout on Mega Moolah, the machine settings were quietly altered. The post-win configuration dropped the return to player from 95% to 88% overnight. The change was invisible to anyone on the floor, but the data shows a sharp drop in payouts and a steady climb in casino profits from that day forward. Near-miss weighting is another layer. The code can be tuned so that jackpot symbols land just above or below the pay line more often than pure chance would allow. Players see reels stop one click away from a life-changing win, again and again. A former engineer put it bluntly, "We designed the experience to keep people playing, not to make them rich." Forensic records back this up. Internal audits time-stamped after big wins confirm patterns of post-payout tightening and bonus reduction. These are not malfunctions. They are features built into the DNA of every trap slot on the list. A man sits in a quiet kitchen, bills piled high on the table, eyes fixed on a bank statement that shows what the slot machines took. He remembers the thrill of triggering the bonus feature once, twice, 300 times in a single year. But each celebration masked another loss, another hour spent chasing a promise that never came. His savings vanished in the glow of Buffalo and Double Diamond, each spin a small hope swallowed by the machine's silent math. He watched his life get slowly destroyed. A woman in her late 50s stares at the blinking reels of Mega Moolah, her hands trembling as she recalls the moment she thought she had finally won. The machine flashed, coins spilled, but her win was less than her bet. She kept playing, convinced the next spin would make it right. Over 2 years, she lost enough to pay off her mortgage. She remembers the near misses most, the jackpot symbol stopping just above the line again and again. The loss cost her more than money. It cost her security and peace of mind. A third player, younger, scrolls through screenshots of his losses. He counted every spin, every bonus round. The machines gave him just enough to keep him hooked, then took everything back. Dr. Mark Griffiths, a gambling psychologist, calls it the near-miss effect, explaining that casinos use psychological tricks to keep players engaged. For these players, the cost was not just money, it was trust, hope, and time they will never get back. This toll is real and lasting. Casinos did not just sit back as the whistleblower's evidence began to surface. Legal threats landed first. Letters drafted by industry lawyers warned of lawsuits for breach of contract and defamation. Within days, software updates rolled out across the floor, patching vulnerabilities that could allow further leaks. In one case, a major manufacturer sent out a remote update overnight, locking down access to payout logs and encrypting configuration files that technicians once used freely. Lobbyists flooded state capitals and regulatory offices, pushing back against calls for transparency. Internal records show casino executives spent millions lobbying to keep adjustable payout rates and volatility features under wraps, arguing that full disclosure would harm their business and give away trade secrets. Regulators, under public pressure, responded with fines, but the amounts barely dented casino profits. In Victoria, the gaming regulator hit Crown Casino with a penalty of $300,000, the largest on record at the time, for machine-related misconduct. Still, the industry shrugged it off as the cost of doing business. Tommy Glenn Carmichael, once the most notorious slot machine cheater in America, watched the spectacle unfold. He said he used to cheat the machines, but now the casinos are the ones cheating the players. They have all the tools to manipulate the ODDS and keep people playing. As legal battles dragged on, the machines kept spinning, and the real questions about fairness and accountability remained unanswered. Lawmakers in multiple states are racing to pass bills that would finally force casinos to reveal the real odds behind every spin. In Washington, the Gambling Accountability and Transparency Act demands public disclosure of return-to-player rates and independent audits of slot machine firmware. California's Slot Machine Transparency Act, already through the state assembly, calls for real-time return-to-player displays and annual machine log submissions. New York's Gaming Transparency Act would create a public database of payout histories. Overseas, the UK and Australia have begun requiring on-screen return-to-player displays and are investigating the algorithms behind near-miss effects. Yet the gap between legislation and proof is wide. Manufacturers insist their software is a trade secret, protected from regulators and the public. In Nevada, a 2022 court ruling allowed manufacturers to withhold source code unless wrongdoing is proven first. Regulators face encrypted logs, overwritten records, and missing decryption keys. A New Jersey audit found nearly half of all slots wiped their logs every 30 days, erasing evidence before it can be reviewed. Even when code is obtained, courts often reject it without an unbroken chain of custody. Laws are advancing, but technical and legal barriers hold firm. The real fight for oversight is just beginning. Today, slot machines in regulated markets still use algorithms that maximize casino profits by design, not by chance. With the global gambling industry earning $300 billion annually, every spin feeds a system built to keep you playing and losing. The real game isn't luck, it's psychology, data, and control. The question now is, will transparency ever catch up to technology? Drop your thoughts in the comments.